Good morning. Day 2 of 10 minutes of yoga every day for March. We're going to do a very similar class to yesterday. We're just going to start adding on. So we're going to do a little bit extra today, and we're going to start to introduce some movement in line with our breath, marrying that breath and movement together today. And we're just going to see how that feels. So you're probably going to get really annoyed with me, keep saying, just notice, just observe. But that's all part of what we're trying to do here with yoga and learning and kind of leaning into yoga. It's hopefully going to bring the other side of yoga out. And I just wanted to say this morning that, we're so used to seeing these bold claims everywhere about, yoga can reduce your stress and it can, reduce blood pressure and things like that and make you feel calmer and all sorts of things like that. We're used to seeing those bold claims about yoga. And so I feel like as we move through it, I just wanted to invite you, if you're going to do this each day, even just for a week or so, maybe just find somewhere to record it. So if you do 10 minutes today, maybe in your notes on your phone, or if you journal, writing it in a notebook, doing a little video to yourself, just talking about how it's made you feel, record it somewhere. So that then you can you can look back on it, you can see how that's made you feel, because it's quite easy to kind of look back and be like, oh yeah, that was cool, but yeah, I did that previously and I'm like, that's done now. But actually, if we have it written down somewhere or in a video somewhere, it's much easier for us to see the cold hard evidence that actually we feel a million times better for having done that yoga. And you can't deny it. And then maybe you continue the habit. So this morning, like I say, we're going to marry breath with some really gentle movement. We're going to begin, as we did yesterday, either seated or lying down. And again, that can be cross-leg. You can be like me. I stack one foot on the ground in front of the other. It just lets your knees drop down more evenly. You can sit on your knees if you prefer. You can, however you'd like to be. You can sit in a chair for this one today. Just finding somewhere that feels good for you. So we're going to come into that seat, and then I'm just going to say, bring your hands to somewhere that they can just rest and you can find some gentle stillness just to begin the practice. So that might be onto your knees, might be alongside the body, or maybe in your lap, but just prioritizing stillness here. If it feels comfortable for you, if it's okay for you, maybe closing down the eyes. And just feel your awareness come inwards. Acknowledge the environment around you. So just listening to the sounds you hear. Maybe you can hear cars going past or other people in the house. Maybe there's somebody next door. Just noticing. And just finding this stillness that we so often don't come to. We're rushing around. We've got places to be, people to see, things to do. And then we're going to bring our awareness inwards even more. And to do that, we're just going to focus on our breath. We're not going to change anything at all, but we're just going to begin to notice it. So just becoming aware of your inhales as the body expands with that breath. Can you feel it up in the chest, or do you feel it down in the belly? Do you breathe through the nose or through the mouth? Just become aware of your breath pattern. And as we did yesterday, if it helps you, you can bring one hand onto the heart space, one hand onto the belly. And some people feel that gives them a little bit more connection to their breath, to themselves. And then if you're comfortable, we're going to begin to deepen the breath. So lengthen through your inhale, a little bit longer than you were before. And as you exhale, trying to match that length or take it out a little bit longer. Only finding a deep breath here that works best for you. So everyone has completely different needs, but just deepen the breath in a way that works best for you. If it feels uncomfortable at any point, just let it go. Just return back to your normal rhythm. Now, the breath is what sees us through our yoga practice. It's with us as we move through the physical poses. It brings us focus, calm, sometimes balance when we need it. And that's why it's so important in these early stages to really find that connection, practice bringing your awareness inwards and focusing on the breath. If you haven't already, just begin to blink the eyes open. And this morning, we're going to begin moving in line with the breath. So keep hold of that deeper breath. You can bring the hands onto the knees maybe, wherever you are. Keep it going. And as you inhale, I want you to think really tall. So sit up really tall, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. As you exhale, let all the air out, keeping that nice tall position. Inhale. And then as you exhale this time, let's take the right ear over the right shoulder. You'll feel a nice deep stretch down the left side of the neck, down into the shoulder. Keep breathing. And as you inhale, come back up through center. And let's take it to the other side. So as you exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Finding that deep stretch this time all down the right side of the neck and into the shoulder. Breathe into it. Always coming back up through an inhale. And we're just going to take some gentle movement with the arms this time. So as you inhale, we're going to take the arms up overhead, stretching through, really reaching through the fingertips. And as you exhale, bringing the hands back down by your sides. Inhale, feel the expansion. And exhale, sending everything back down. Let's do one more. Inhale, send the arms up. Maybe if you'd like to, you can gaze up towards the hands. And as you exhale, bringing them back down by the sides. This time, let's bring the hands onto the knees. So if you were in a slightly different seated position, you might just need to move slightly. You can definitely still do this next move by sitting on your knees if you are in this position. And we're just going to find a gentle twist. So again, as you inhale, just think nice and tall. And we're going to take the left hand across the body, so towards the right side, maybe onto the right knee. Keep breathing. That right hand's going to come out alongside you or behind you. Sit up nice and tall with an inhale. And then on your next exhale, we're just going to twist around towards the right. We're not going to use this front hand to pull us around. We're just going to naturally find where our body comes to in this twist to the right. Breathing here, thinking nice and tall, almost like there's a puppet string pulling you up through the crown of your head. On an exhale, coming back through center. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Bring that right hand this time across the body towards the left side. That left hand can come out to the side or behind you. Sitting tall with an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, we're going to twist towards the left this time. And again, we're not pulling ourselves around with that hand. We're just going to naturally find where we twist to. And we can test this by taking the hands off the ground, off our body, and we won't move. That's just our natural twist. Coming back through center. And we're just going to end today as we began, by closing down the eyes, just allowing that deep breath to melt away, coming back to your natural breath pattern here. Finding that stillness, that inner connection with yourself. And I will leave you there. Definitely acknowledge the fact that you showed up this morning 2 days in a row, and we're definitely starting to build and work our way through now. If you have some extra time today, you can stay in this position for a little bit longer, kind of find that stillness and just enjoy kind of sitting in this position. You could come to lie down in a Shavasana kind of position with the palms facing up, legs out long, and just finding some stillness if you have the time there. But as always, no pressure. Just leaning into whatever you have time for, whatever your body needs. And I will be back with you tomorrow for more. So 10 minutes tomorrow, same thing. I'll be back here 8:15 UK time. Wherever you are, I hope you have the best day. And I will see you tomorrow.